Hello there everyone, welcome to the channel if you're new, welcome back if you aren't. I am EDJ, and I am about to undertake a very ambitious, project of mine, but also one that I've had in the works for a while. So, I guess I'm a history reaction YouTuber. I rather as well, I guess fall in that line, because all my videos are basically me looking at history related content, so... Yeah, and I've decided I kind of have this ambition to kind of expand further instead of just watching, other YouTubers, like Epic History TV or Kings and Generals tell history. I decided I kind of want to move, I kind of want to also cover, historical films, historical television shows, and during the Napoleon reaction series that we did to Epic History, I came across this, Napoleon 2002. It was free online on YouTube, and, you could find it. And I kind of saw bits and pieces of it. I didn't sit down and watch everything through and through, but I saw a lot of it, so I'm kind of blind, but also not to it. Either way, I decided, oh, I should watch this. Rather as well cover Napoleon, And, we did a Waterloo reaction many months ago, though not everyone could see it because it was copyrighted, so people, most of you could see it because, people from Russia, the United States, and so on could see it, but there's also plenty of nations who couldn't see that reaction. So, that was kind of my first step into movies, and it's a very popular video of mine. It did really well, and so I decided, okay, I can keep going, though I'm gonna have to step up my game in terms of editing, so I can avoid copyright so most of you could see this. Yeah, just there's so much to cover with Napoleon, and what I've seen from this series, I really enjoyed what I saw. I love the performances of the man playing Napoleon, whose name is Christian I forgot his last name, though I know it starts with a C as well. The actor who portrays Napoleon in this series is wonderful. I love it. And, the woman who portrays Josephine, I also really like that. So overall, the two, I guess, main leads I really like. And I believe this is a French production. I could be wrong. I was kind of slowly, kind of offhandedly Googling and skimming through stuff about this series. And I think this is a French production, so it portrays Napoleon in a much more heroic light. From what I saw, yeah, Napoleon is very likable, and it portrays Napoleon more as a good guy. Not to say he doesn't have any flaws, mind you, it's just, this is a very much I would call it a very respectful portrayal of Napoleon, where on the flip side would be Ridley Scott's awful movie about Napoleon. So, I don't mind. I'm actually very happy. So I would say this show, from what I see, is very respectful towards Napoleon. And, yeah, overall, I don't really have much else to add. And hopefully this does well, because obviously this is going to take much effort to edit, and the reaction, this is about 1 hour and 30 minutes each episode. There are 4 episodes. So, yes, that's gonna, we're gonna be here for a bit. And the editing's gonna take long as well. So I'm hoping this does well. If it doesn't, I'd be really sad, because these movie reactions take much more effort to edit and work around. And I'm by myself, I don't have an editor, so everything on this channel is just me. So, hopefully this does well. So I can do more historical movies and shows reactions, and not just cover other YouTubers, But either way, yeah, I don't really have much else to add other than we should get right into it. So yeah, without any further ado, let's watch Napoleon 2002, Episode 1. Christian Clavier? Yeah, I'm gonna have to mute all the background noise, because I find that YouTube, when it comes to their copyright system, mainly just aims for the music. So I'm gonna have to mute a lot, but I think I could still show the footage. Oh yeah, John Malkovich is Talleyrand. Yeah. Oh, and there's the man himself, Napoleon! You can just tell by the outfit and the drip who Napoleon is, by the hat and everything. So yeah, he appears to be on the Saint Helena so far. Yeah, I guess we're starting there, huh? Okay, yeah, we are starting on Saint Helena. It's gonna be, I guess, a flashback kind of series.
Open up! This is the governor, Hudson Lowe. I order you to open the door, General Bonaparte!
You won't open if you call him General, sir. He insists on being called by his title.
Yeah, I actually read that on Saint Helena, or like I've also heard other YouTubers reference that Napoleon, his captors, you know, the British, would call him General instead of Emperor, and Napoleon took exception to that, you know, because he was, you know, the Emperor, but, you know, I think the UK never saw Napoleon as legitimate. Like, they never wanted to, like, acknowledge him as the actual Emperor, so it kind of makes sense that they would call him just General and not Emperor. Though, yeah.
Title? Emperor? Majesty? Poppycock. He's Boney the Ogre, and always will be.
I didn't know Ridley Scott was in this show. Oh man, every time we watch these Napoleon videos, I'm always like taking a dump on. Wait, that sounded wrong. But but I'm always making fun of like Ridley Scott because of his movie of Napoleon, you know.
Damn it, Napoleon! Open the door at once!
Napoleon, if you don't open this bloody door, I'm gonna make a really bad movie about you where you behave like a complete psychotic man-child who simps for Josephine all the time.
This is for your country. That's what this is, right?
I like Napoleon trolling the British here. The mighty British army, thwarted by Napoleon's Thor. Who would have thought? Yeah, there I know who that woman is.
You have no business here, Miss Morgan.
Let me through, please.
Yeah, so there's... Yeah, I think I know who that, you know, woman is. So, not the actress, like, who she's supposed to be playing. So yeah, when Napoleon was in exile, he was basically kind of, like, to himself. You know, the British didn't want him. You know, they basically really isolated him, but there was a British family there, I believe. And, you know, I think he made friends with that woman who he had a lot of conversations with, and I'm pretty sure she went on to write a book. Wait, let me show you. Yeah, so... Okay, so, yeah, it was... Her name is Lucia Elizabeth Balcombe Abel, or Betsy Balcombe, and yeah, she wrote a book called Recollections of the Emperor Napoleon, or To Befriend an Emperor. So yeah, basically Napoleon's like kind of only friend, and yeah, I think it's on YouTube, the audiobook. I could have sworn I remember listening to some of it, or I think there is, or was I listening to Napoleon's memoirs? I don't remember, but I think you can find it. Yeah, it's a very interesting thing. Yeah, so they're doing like a flashback, you know, this series, to like Napoleon remembering his past. Paris 1795.
Ah, come back another day. Madame Tallien is engaged. Today is her attendre.
You don't say no to the Emperor, bro.
It's better to cut your wig than lose your head. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's an interesting line from Josephine. Yeah, I I don't know a lot about Josephine's life, so pardon me for my ignorance, but I do believe that I remember hearing or looking up that she was on trial. Wasn't she arrested at one point? And during the revolution, didn't she have to like testify? Basically, she was put on trial and, you know, survived. So I think that's how it went. I could be wrong completely, but I think I remember hearing something like that.
Madame.
Welcome, General Bonaparte. Nice to meet
With the
you.
eyes of an eagle. Madame de Stael?
Yeah, so like I said, I like the actor who portrays Napoleon, and later on, I think he really fits into the role. Though I will admit, this first episode's a bit jarring, because here he's supposed to be like, what, 20-year-old Napoleon, like in his 20s? But he looks like a 40-year-old man. And they just gave him a wig and longer hair and said, you're younger Napoleon. I love his performance, by the way. It's just this first part of this episode's a little jarring when he's supposed to be young Napoleon. You know, like, but either way, yeah.
I was married to an officer.
Yes, General de Beauharnais. Charged with the surrender of the city of Mayence and guillotined.
Yes, that was my husband.
Who was nearly followed to the
Oh, I did not know that about
scaffold by his wife,
Josephine.
To face death with pride takes courage, madame.
It takes courage to face life alone with 2 children.
I can fix that. Napoleon.
The West Indies.
I was born there. My father owned a plantation with more than 200 slaves. It was a paradise of sunshine and sugar. Imagine, when I was a little girl, I used to bathe in a river among irises and orchids. I loved to swim in it, naked.
Look at him falling, he's all flustered, like, what the heck?
General, I've shocked you. A soldier shocked by ladies' words.
It was not the words, madame. It was the image they evoked.
The image of a little girl frolicking in the sun?
Of a woman, naked. Beautiful image of you.
Now I'm the one
Hey.
who's shocked.
Okay, wow. Napoleon's trying to riz her up, huh? Oh, man.
Tomorrow, when I see you again.
Because you presume you'll see me again.
Yes, I will. Won't I?
Yo, these two actually have really great chemistry. Like, this is like barely the first scene with them. Though, like I said, I really like both of these actors. I think they do a great job of portraying Napoleon and Josephine. And, you know, unlike the Ridley Scott movie where I just hated both Napoleon and Josephine, who were acting just the worst, here I really like both of them. And they just, I don't know, I like these actors. I think they're both very likable and they both, like, are believable. And the way they're talking, you know, obviously very explicit and forward. I think Napoleon, you know, in some of the letters he wrote to Josephine was a little bit forward. Like, the letters they shared, like, especially in terms of, like, referencing sexual acts. So, yeah, I kind of do buy that they would be this forward. Man.
A simple riot? Is that what you call 25,000 royalists storming the assembly to seize the deputies and destroy the republic?
What forces do you have?
4,000 against 25,000.
No cannons?
General Menou left them in Sablon with the excuse that they would slow him down.
We need that artillery. Tell squadron leader Murat to retrieve those cannons. He's a human tidal wave. Nothing can stand in.
Look at Murat. Yeah, you can tell that's... Dig it. You can tell that's Murat. Look at that drip he's got on. And on a horse.
The moment we have the artillery, we will position it like this. One battery here, another one here, another one on this bridge in line, and another one here. Don't ask me to answer for any blood that's shed. If I draw my sword, it will remain drawn until the order of the Republic is restored.
What is the date?
Dang, yeah, you see some of Napoleon's ambition. He shows up, immediately kind of makes a great suggestion. Everyone's on board with it. And I guess this this is the point in history where he suppresses the royalist mob by bombarding them. So I also like that you see like he's planning out with the map. There are, you know, overall, like I said, I'm really liking this so far. Okay, so there comes the royalist mob. I guess that's the royalist mob.
Position. Aim. Fire.
Yeah, so this is where he just opens fire on these people.
Body shot. Fire.
Holy crap. Dude, I don't know how these people saw a cannon and didn't run away. In the moment I see a cannon brought facing me, I'd book it and be like, screw it, screw the royalty, screw the monarchy. I'd immediately abandon the cause. Because, you know, all men are equal before artillery, or the cannon, or Napoleon was quoted saying something of that vein. But, yeah, I like you're seeing a lot of this. Like, he has men stationed on the wall, he has soldiers in the front, he has cannons. Just, the dude's planned this out like a complete sneak attack. Dang.
It's a slaughterhouse.
No, Murat, it's a battlefield. This is war.
War? In the streets of Paris against Frenchmen?
Against royalists, who are in league with the enemies of the nation, a general of the Republic. And I will not let it.
Yeah, this was a very, a brutal event. Though you could just say the entire revolution as a whole was one giant brutal event. But yeah, I like you see Napoleon. Yeah, this is where Napoleon also gains a lot of clout, because he isn't he dubbed the savior of the revolution or something like that after this suppression of the mob. And I also like the way they portrayed it with just you know, like he stationed men everywhere, cannons, just Murat essentially flanked them. You know, like I said, overall Napoleon just, yeah, you see that ruthlessness to him, but I do believe Napoleon did care about the revolution and did you know, genuinely try to save it, because I know some people are like, yeah, he destroyed the revolution. Like there's a lot with Napoleon, but I like the way they portrayed that overall.
Good morning, General. I see you've been taken captive by my children.
Captivated, madam, not captive.
Can I touch it? It's pure wool. Excellent quality. Are you turning into a fashion peacock?
The new general of the army of Italy can't command in rags.
The army of Italy? Is this your reward for saving the Republic?
Yes, a gift from Barras.
Shall we go?
Napoleon does have some pretty nice drip there, like, he's rocking that outfit. So, also these are like Josephine's kids. Yeah, what's her son's name? Eugene? Something like that? I could be completely wrong, I probably didn't even get that right. But, either way, yeah, who also had a military career of his own. And her daughter, who I don't think I know anything about. But either way.
Is Rose.
Your lovers call you Rose. Your husband has decided to call you Josephine.
But my husband, General,
is dead. Yes, the prior one. I'm talking about your new husband.
My new husband?
Yes, come now. There is nothing so extraordinary about a widow remarrying.
No, not at all. Only that I don't have any prospecting side.
You're looking at him, madame.
The boldness, the confidence of Napoleon. Dude, Napoleon's got riz, dude. He's like, you're looking at him. Man, Napoleon's riz is unmatched.
What's been provided for the army of Italy?
Nothing.
What do you mean, nothing?
I mean just that, General.
How do they expect me to push the Austrians back with nothing?
Most of our men don't even have shoes, let alone cannons.
No shoes, no cannons. We have cavalry, don't we?
A whole regiment, General.
Thank you for that.
Fortunately, there are no horses. Cavalrymen have eaten them.
Sorry?
Napoleon's face like, what? So yeah, Napoleon, I remember, like, he basically got, you know, I think the main war was happening in the Rhine, right? You know, that's where the main area of the war was happening, and Italy was kind of like, I guess, I hate to call it the sideshow, but it wasn't as important as what was going on elsewhere. At least in the minds of the higher ups of France. So Napoleon essentially inherited, you know, like an army at its worst area. You know, like I said, no shoes. Everything was a mess, and Napoleon just shows up and immediately makes things better. That goes to show you just, you know, the great military mind of this man, right?
Not even you has ever loved me like this. Do you know what passion is?
Of course. It's...
Look no further. It's him.
Oh, dang, that's kind of a cool line. But this is supposed to be one of Josephine's lovers, right? Or something? Like...
Wake up back there! We want to get married!
Happy? Yes, what?
You're not married.
What do you mean?
I'm just standing in for the official. He got tired of waiting
What's
and
up?
left.
No?
That you married us?
Yes, you were yelling, General, with so much authority I couldn't refuse, but I will
Well,
show
fix
them...
it, you fool. Tonight I have a woman to love, and tomorrow I must take Italy back from Austria.
This dude.
Because I'm mad about you.
No, because you're just mad. And I love that.
Man, I like these two actors, man. I don't know why, I'm just like... I'm captivated by them and their romance. I don't even like romance, and I like this.
We have to take that bridge. We can't go around it.
What about the cannons? Holding it on fire. They'll be massacred.
The charge. Beat the charge.
The charge, General?
Go on, boy, and put your heart in it.
And Napoleon there with the flag leading the charge is kind of metal, though. Yeah, so this is the famous event, right, where they just go for the bridge. I don't remember, I don't think it worked out, right? But either way, it was a very daring plan by Napoleon. And it goes to show you, this man made this, like, almost suicidal charge, and the fact that everyone ran kind of goes to show you, yeah, Napoleon had people. He could inspire that kind of loyalty to follow any order, right? It's really cool to see events like this be portrayed. Because, like, you know, I don't know, I really like the way they're portraying this bridge attack, you know?
Afraid, Miron?
Yes, General!
Then you're a brave fellow!
His face, like, what? Dang, they are going for it. But like I said, I just love seeing this portrayed. Because it's just cool to see Napoleonic moments like this. I don't remember, was Napoleon actually in the front of the charge? Because I'm like, how hasn't he been shot yet? Dang, brutal. Napoleon's standing in the center of the bridge and he hasn't been shot. That's insane.
I don't write to you as often as I would like, dear Napoleon, because I have so little time. I don't write to you as often as I would like, dear Napoleon, who used to design because I have so little time. I don't write to dinner party as often as I would like.
Napoleon's face right there is like, bruh. It's like the ultimate bruh face. What do you mean you don't have time to write to me, Josephine?
They call you the Little Corporal. Said with affection, General.
Everyone knows he's average height for the time. Get that right.
How handsome you are as a great general.
Great general and great conqueror.
I think that's supposed to be Napoleon's
I brought you
mom.
from Italy. I want you to meet my wife at last. When you get to know her.
I don't need to meet her to know what she is. You made a bad marriage, Napoleon. You deserve better.
Yeah, I don't. That's interesting that Napoleon's mom said that. I think that Napoleon's family didn't like Josephine, and also his mom didn't either. I think it was so bad. I don't think she went to his coronation, I think, because Josephine was gonna be proclaimed empress, so yeah, I think that there was a lot of animosity there, you know.
Do you love her?
Yes. She's taking nothing away from you. The day you leave me, I'll be in a world of inferior beings. Did you receive him in this?
Receive who?
The man who's just left.
Oh.
The man just left?
Oh.
Judging by his uniform, he's a dragon.
Captain Hippolyte Charles is a charming boy. He's sometimes my escort.
Oh no.
Oh, you're going to the theater?
Yes, I am. But what's wrong with it? I mean, you left for so long. You don't want me to lock myself up in here, do you?
And you received him half naked?
Look at Napoleon. Oh my gosh, yeah. I was like, why are they zooming in on this random dude so much? I'm like, oh yeah, Josephine was cheating on Napoleon. How could I forget such an event? Dude. Napoleon, she is for the streets, my guy. Your mom was right, you made a bad match.
But the poor boy just came and left.
The pool boy? No.
I don't have them.
Where are they?
I don't know. When did you ask us stop?
Didn't you write to me?
I wrote.
No, a few scribbled lines. Those cold, polite words people write to each other after decades of marriage.
Because I don't know how to caress with words. I need to touch. I missed you so much. You were gone for so long. Look at that. Oh, I'm so happy you're back.
Yeah, good job, Josephine. You managed to get out of that. But Napoleon was suspicious there. Talleyrand.
Just Talleyrand.
Oh, yes. Like just God.
Or Satan.
Oh
They
my
like
gosh.
seeing me as the devil, but I shouldn't think that would scare you, because people tell me that you're not afraid of anything.
I love how there is no subtlety with Talleyrand right off the bat. They're in a dark room that looks ominous and sinister. Talleyrand is comparing himself with Satan and the devil. I go by many names, sire. The devil, Satan, Lucifer, Judas, Brutus, and even Cassius. You never know if you can trust me or not. But most likely I will betray you down the line. Awesome, then you're gonna be my Minister of Foreign Affairs then. There's no ambiguity with Talleyrand. He's just evil and ominous off the bat. it doesn't help he's also being portrayed by John Malkovich, who's really good at being evil. So that's... It gets me wondering how they're gonna portray Talleyrand. He's just evil off the bat.
When you speak of a concentrated government, you don't perchance mean concentrated in the hands of one man, do you?
Of course I do. Me.
To find someone who would wield that kind of power who would not become a dictator.
I agree.
Are you interested in political power?
Me? The glory I won in Italy is all I could possibly wish for.
Oh my gosh, Napoleon, stop capping. He's like, oh yes, actually I would care for all the political power. I mean, no I don't, I'm happy just being a soldier. Napoleon, stop capping, bro. We know you want all the power.
My one dream is to return to my former vocation.
To mathematics?
Yes, I hope to be elected to the Institute in the domain of physical science and mathematics.
Sure, Napoleon. Whatever you say. Go be your best mathematician, Napoleon.
And that's all?
I should go somewhere far away, pursuing new military triumphs.
You say that as if you already have a glimmer of an idea.
No, not a glimmer. A revelation, Josephine. Egypt.
Egypt? Why
Oh
Egypt?
no.
Because holding Egypt means cutting off England's route to India and giving ourselves access to all the goods from the East.
Yeah, so here we have the army marching through Egypt, which must have been just torturous. Especially in those outfits, like, I can't imagine marching through the desert all in that, like,
I'm under no illusion. In Paris, they will say that Egypt is a political failure and financial disaster. I will need you and your colleagues to silence my detractors.
No, Napoleon, they're right. This is gonna be a complete disaster.
They say that you torture your soldiers, and that you will never be able to seize Egypt.
They have, Murat. Egypt is ours, almost ours. Cairo is a French city. The Nile Delta has been pacified, and all there is left to subdue is a few Turkish regiments and...
Turks and Arabs, supported by the English. Be realistic, Bonaparte. You can't go on, especially with the plague on our heels.
The doctors assure me that the epidemic can be contained.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, we're kind of jumping mainly into where Napoleon's already conquered everything. Well, not everything, but you know, Cairo and whatnot, and he's kind of just trying to rule, but yeah, we just skip forward to this. Makes sense, there's way too much to cover with Napoleon's life. Like, this series is going for the whole, you know, tell Napoleon's life story from beginning to end. But there is so much to cover with Napoleon, too. So many battles, so many... Sometimes you just gonna have to, like, go around and get to the point of certain things. And I'm glad, because I think Napoleon works really well. Like, in terms of movies, like... You can only really do, like, a movie about, like, one portion of Napoleon's life, like Waterloo. And that's enough for a whole movie, you know? Like, I think trying to tell Napoleon's whole life story in, like, 1-2-hour movie is just insane and undoable. There's so much context that will have to be missed, you know, to fit that in. So I'm happy they did a series, you know, like a 6-hour-long series, you know, broken up in parts, because this is the only way to fully tell Napoleon's life. And even then, like, you can't cover everything, right? So, yeah. Yeah, so Napoleon so far is looking at all the people suffering from the plague, right? It was the bubonic plague, right? Oh my gosh. So yeah, it was the bubonic plague that everyone was suffering from during this time. Also, wasn't there an illness, like, causing people to go blind as well among the French? So overall, yeah, things were not going hot for the French at this point. Oh my, and here's Josephine. Schmoozing and dining with other men.
He's showering me with...
He's returned. Bonaparte is in France.
Dang. So yeah, we basically skipped all of Egypt. We covered some of Egypt, like Napoleon being there, getting news of the plague, and... So yeah, we pretty much skipped any major battles and all the disasters that happened, but we kind of got the point. He went to Egypt, right? So now he's back in France now.
Let's at least be honest with each other. Egypt was a disaster.
Don't say that. The discoveries, our scientists have made the knowledge they've gained justify all the sacrifices of the expedition.
Yes, fine.
Yeah, Napoleon's coping hard. Well, he's right in that, yeah, the Egyptian campaign opened Egyptology, opened a lot of, you know, science and history and all that. So it was a success in terms of history and culture and all that. But in terms of what Napoleon went there to do, which is undermine the British, it was a complete disaster. So, you know, at least some good came out of it.
But she had hardly moved in before she sent for her lover.
Captain Hybrid Charles. Destroy him.
Heck yeah. Divorce her, Napoleon. We don't stand cheaters anymore. I think I say this here, then Napoleon goes on to cheat on her like a crap load of times.
There are others. Your wife has taken up again with Barras, and she keeps company with Goyer, president of the Directoire. Our poor mother.
Scandalized. Vindicated. Be able to hold your heads high again.
Yeah, your mom's gonna hold that over you forever, Napoleon.
I've finished with that woman.
You can barely bring yourself to say her name.
Because it's a curse. I hate her name. I hate the sound of her voice.
You take care of France, and I'll take care of your divorce.
Good evening, Gaston.
Good evening, madam. Madam cannot come in. Such are our orders. I packed everything very carefully. I hope I haven't forgotten anything.
He kicked her out. Oh man, Napoleon, dude. Threw her stuff out in the rain and just kicked her out. That's hilarious.
Let me in.
Locked the door on her too.
It's you who defied everything. So go away, Josephine. I never want to see you again.
Heck yeah, Napoleon. We don't tolerate cheaters here in France. Get rid of her. Good job, Napoleon. Good job.
If you want me to leave, I will leave.
Bye. I'm joking. I'm joking.
And I did it for you. Because you want power, and for that you need allies. That's why...
And we're back. And they are back together. Oh man. Yeah, me personally, I would never get back with anyone who cheated on me, but that's just me. Like, cheating's the line you don't cross, but I know there are plenty of people who've gotten back together even though one party has cheated. And it's interesting that Josephine, you know, did cheat on Napoleon, but then Napoleon went on to cheat on her a lot. Yeah. I think Josephine ended up becoming the more faithful one of the two, which is kind of funny, like, you know, the way that goes.
To talk to you. Good morning.
He's like, what?
Who authorized you to speak for Murat?
He and I love each other.
Murat is over 30 and you're not yet 20. I don't think our mother would approve. I don't think I approve.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that that Murat married into Napoleon's, the Bonapartes. And was married to one of Napoleon's sisters, like Caroline? Yeah, I think it's Caroline. I think that's what he said. And, yeah, that's interesting. And, yeah, Napoleon doesn't approve.
Can we assume that you approve of our little project?
Your little project, as you call it so discreetly, my dear Joseph, is nothing less than a coup d'etat. If it
Heck yeah. So I love we're seeing the Bonapartes just basically plot to just overthrow the government. Like, it's really interesting. I really like that what they're covering so far in this series.
Louis XVIII is ready to enter Paris. If we delay, the Republic will be lost and with it all the benefits of the revolution. That's reason enough to risk everything.
Heck yeah, Napoleon. I agree completely.
I'm a member of it.
You'll be a member of the next one. You will be my Minister of Police.
That's very generous of you, but I am already Minister of Police. So if you have no other argument...
I do have one, yes. I'm sure the royalists haven't forgotten how you slaughtered hundreds of their followers during the Reign of Terror. I heard you had them shot point blank.
Oh,
forcing
snap.
them to dig their own graves.
Who is with you?
Everyone.
Napoleon's blackmailing him. He's like, I know what you did.
Generals.
I'll think it over.
No, right now, Fouché.
Oh, he's Fouché. Yeah, I've heard some about Fouché. I don't know a lot about him, but I know he's someone... Yeah, I don't really know much about him. I've just heard about him. And that apparently some people claim that he betrayed Napoleon.
With me? Or against me?
All right, with you.
Oh, snap.
But if your plan fails...
Then instead of being executed in the king's name for barbarous crime, you'll be executed by the Directoire for conspiracy.
Holy crap. Napoleon really just showed up. It's like, you will join me or you will die. There's no other option.
I am your only hope.
What a rotten job being a deputy. Jabbering away for hours all locked up. How long have they been in there?
20 hours. They've been talking for more than 20 hours.
Holy crap. Like, did they take a nap in there? Like, or they just continually talked? Like, 20 hours is insane.
It's a bad sign.
Things don't seem to be going exactly as you hoped.
Now, my brother can't make those people obey him. What good is he to me as the president?
Sire, he is their president, not their general. Deputies cannot be ordered around as easily as a regiment.
We'll see about that.
Napoleon's... Typical Napoleon, right? He just wants to force everything. No diplomacy, no sweet talking, just you do what I say and you do it now. Typical Bonaparte. And look, they're already attacking him. They're just throwing crap at him. Oh my goodness. Napoleon almost got Julius Caesar right there, man.
They tried to stab me.
All is lost. We mustn't...
A faction of desperate men, armed with daggers, is threatening the assembly. They even attempted to assassinate your general.
On your horses!
They dared to accuse Bonaparte of staging a coup d'etat to bring him into power. A vile lie. Do you see this blade? I would plunge it in my brother's heart without a moment's hesitation if I suspected him of violating rights.
Heck yeah, Lucian.
Citizen representatives, your safety is no longer guaranteed within these walls. I order you to leap under the protection of the army.
Officers, present arms to the consuls of the Republic. Long live Bonaparte!
Heck yeah. Long live Bonaparte, the consul of France. And Napoleon's about to throw these two out of power and take it all for himself. I love that. Yeah. Look at how awesome Napoleon looks right there. With that drip, honestly, immaculate. Oh my gosh! Dude, speaking of drip, look at what Napoleon's rocking. Yo, Napoleon, you're rocking that outfit.
So you were the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Directoire. The first consul reappoints you to that office.
I suppose I should feel flattered that you consider me to have princely grace.
If you envy my glory, you can share it if you're loyal to me.
Sire, I wish only to serve you.
And then betray you later.
Now, as you say that.
Don't trust anything. Or anyone.
Man, Talleyrand is so ominous. I'm surprised Napoleon trusts him with anything. I don't even think the real life Talleyrand came across this untrustworthy.
He's wishing for you to marry his brother, Louis.
Ew. I mean, they're not blood related, but they're still a family, right? Like, having your stepdaughter marry your bro. Man, Napoleon, you're on that Roman grind set, because all these weird marriages.
Louis? But have you ever looked at him? Or spoken with him? He's ugly and miserable.
Child.
That's the biggest problem. He's ugly, I don't want to marry him. Fair.
People are surprised you haven't borne him a child.
But I will, soon. Who knows, I might be pregnant now. This morning, I got dizzy.
Don't fool yourself.
Josephine's mad coping right now. But, yeah, wasn't she, like... She had 2 children, but with Napoleon, was she barren with Napoleon? Yeah, I think she was.
Marengo, it transformed what everyone predicted as a defeat into a victory. Thanks to Marengo, a part of Italy regained her freedom.
Okay, so he's talking about the Battle of Marengo, so we've skipped over, I guess, the second coalition war so far. I always did feel like the second coalition was kind of the most underrated of the coalitions. You know, it's not the first, and then from third onward, that's Napoleon, like, displaying some of his greatest accomplishments. So yeah, the second kind of usually is the one people seem to talk about the least. So yeah, makes sense the show would skip that one.
You have fewer enemies now. Even the press is unanimously singing your praises.
Oh, that's because I closed down all the ones that were opposing me.
Yeah, we closed down 60 newspapers to it.
Oh my gosh! He actually said it! Yeah, you know, I might be a dictator, Josephine, but, you know, I'm still the best thing for France, so, oh well. Oh my gosh! Holy crap. They sure went out with a bang for the first episode. Yeah, I guess that was an assassination attempt, huh? Yeah, I remember that someone had tried, I've heard someone did try assassinating Napoleon, I remember. When he was the first consul. Though I didn't think they tried to bomb him. Dang, that's insane. And that's where they end the first episode. Wow. So, yeah, guys, what are my thoughts? I really like this first episode. I really, like I said, I love the performances. I mainly love the actors who portray Napoleon and Josephine. Like, I don't know why, just the actor who portrays Napoleon kind of radiates this, like, likability. I don't know how else to say it, but it makes me really root for Napoleon. And I really like Josephine as well. Probably the best portrayal of Josephine, though compared to the Ridley Scott movie, isn't really, you know, You know, the point is, I really like the portrayal for Josephine. I really, overall, really like the way, things are being portrayed here. I like how they went through many events. You know, obviously they couldn't fit every single battle and major event go too deep, but I do mainly the biggest case is the Egypt campaign. They showed like 1 or 2 scenes and then back to France. But overall, I think they're doing a pretty good job of getting kind of the main points of Napoleon's life across, and I'm really liking the way he's interacting with people, you know. And overall, I really like this first episode, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what the next one has. So yeah, I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Bye. Bye, everyone.